Hey guys, welcome back to Soulback Sports, and I'm Soulback with another video. And now that training camp is upon us, I just thought it would be a great idea to go over some headlines that are very important, especially going into this training camp and this the end of the off season, going into preseason. But before we get into today's video, please don't forget to like that, subscribe. It really helps me out a lot, and it really helps me create content like this for you guys. And we're almost to 500 subscribers, so please hit that subscriber button and let us get there. Anyways, onto the video. Now, we're going to go over, top storylines, and I think you can already guess where this is going. Mainly, you're going to see Caleb Williams, the wide receiver core, the veterans, but there are a few that I really want to emphasize further. And, obviously you're going to have Caleb Williams' first training camp, and that's very important, with the first time in Bears history having the first overall pick. You're going to see a general consensus when it comes to the group showing up. They're going to be seeing how will he gel with the offense, how will he make throws when people are watching, which obviously is not a huge detriment to him. It's important, but it's going to be cool and interesting to see the plays that he got with the public training camp. And whether or not what's his real favorite target going into the season, because you have a plethora of wide receivers and tight ends like DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Rome Odunze, Cole Kmet, and even Gerald Everett. If you even take a look at it, you'll also see maybe even DeAndre Swift as a wide receiver potential, with some running back trick plays, and just to kind of see which target he really likes the most, because you're going to see Rome Odunze as probably what gets to this next point right here, is that will he emerge behind the veterans, which means will he be taking the more snaps going into the season. And I think it'll take a little bit of a while. I think Roman Odunze is going to be slowly brought in rather than immediately thrusted into the position of wide receiver 1 or 2. I think he's going to start out at wide receiver 3, or maybe even wide receiver 4, depending on what Eberflus and what Shane Waldron decide to do. I think that they're going to take a very solidified approach, because Shane Waldron does have a tendency to use tight end sets. So it's going to be we'll see what happens. I think that Moore and Allen are going to get the bulk of the the targets, because they're veterans, they're very experienced, and Rome Odunze can continue to learn under the helm and eventually take over. Now that's out of the way. The real thing is the defense. The defense last year ended the season really solid, with Montez Sweat being an X factor and Eberflus being able to utilize him further, and not being that, he also took over play calling, or defensive play calling, in the end of this, near the middle of the season, with the absence of Alan Williams. Still don't know what happened to that dude, but whatever. I think that the emergence of, as you can see right here, Tyreek Stevenson and Jaquan Brisker, our secondary is going to have a great breakout season. And I think that, given how important this secondary has to be, with the ball hawking and alongside with Jalen Johnson, you're going to see a very improved defense. And I think it all starts with the Montez Sweat effect, and maybe the edge rushers that we currently have. I mean, there have been rumors and rumblings about Yannick Ngakoue making back on the roster spot, but who knows anymore? We'll see what happens. I mean, Booker is still there. I mean, you can obviously develop him, but I think it's going to be taking a while for him to get developed. We'll see further, but defense, I think overall should be fine. But it's going to be interesting to see when it comes to how good, they'll look like in training camp, because, how they will be able to defend Caleb Williams and the offense, and kind of challenge Caleb Williams going forward. We saw a little bit of that earlier in the off season, when reports came out that Caleb Williams struggled. But that's just the growing pains of being a quarterback in this league, and especially a rookie. So I don't really see an issue, but I think that the defense is going to be fine. I think that the defense is going to pick up from where it left off last year. Anyways, that kind of ties into the next point. How is Matt Eberflus going to do? There have been so many different takes on this that I've seen. It's kind of wild, because obviously you have him with the beard and whatnot. Like you see a whole different like persona, with this this head coach, but the thing really that depends on for the success next year is, will he be able to deliver with the team that he has right now? Because last year he went 7-10. The year before, in his first official season, he went 3-14. So we need to see an improvement. And the real question is, will he be able to do it? My gut says that the team is good enough and solid enough. I think Eberflus is gaining that experience over time. I think he will definitely improve. And I think people are, especially the players, are behind him 100%. So I really don't believe that he's going to be awful unless something really horrible goes down next season, which God forbid doesn't, knock on wood. But yeah, I mean, I don't see with the trick up his sleeve in halftime. I can never forget that interview. But yeah, I mean, Hard Knocks will definitely be something I really want to take a look at. I mean, I'm going to make videos about that going forward when I see it. It's going to be very interesting to see how he looks and what he does with the defense and even the team as a whole. Anyways, I think that this covers it for that, but I really want to talk about the center battle, because the center battle right now is what has been really puzzling, because Connor Williams currently is a free agent, but there have been rumblings about how he could be made available. The Bears could potentially look into getting him as a free agent, but no one has really, Ryan Poles has not pulled the trigger on that, because Connor Williams has come back from an injury, and there's been concerns about that. But me, in my honest opinion, I would love to have Connor Williams on a center, because he's a pretty solid center, and it will be a huge upgrade for us, especially after what we had to deal with Lucas Patrick and Cody Whitehair. That was just not fun. I'll be upfront with you, and I think a lot of Bears fans can attest to that. So now that we have Ryan Bates, we got him with I'm pretty sure 5th round pick this past season, off season, and then Shelton as well. I think we picked him up in free agency too. So it's really just a battle of these two and seeing what happens. I think Bates was probably going to take him because I think he just has the experience, and while he may be a backup on the Buffalo Bills, I think he'll be pretty solid going for us. So let me know down in the comments below, what do you think about these headlines? Do you think they're something I have skipped? Let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to reread what you guys have to say. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.